have about 140 firefighters here and about 30 to 35 units on the scene. It's a 511 alarm right now.
This is a tremendous loss. Not is it a sad night, but this is a tremendous loss for this community, for history, and for remembering what history is all about.
We had planned to put an indoor shopping mall here. Hopefully, we can still have some economic development in this community by rebuilding on this site.
This was a historical landmark. I guess it housed the Pullman clock tower. It's roughly between 90 and 100 years old.
No one knows how this started. Nobody, we're told, hurt here because this building was pretty much abandoned. Museums, shopping malls, all sorts of plans that you heard about, and there's some talk that the state may have had some money in store for this project. Now it's back to the drawing board for this architecturally fascinating structure that at this point looks to be ruined. Live from 109th and Cottage Grove on the south side, Mark Suppelsa, NBC 5 News.
And Mark, any danger of the buildings surrounding that center complex catching fire at this point, or do they have it under control?
That's a very good question. At one point, if you were here for about the 2.5 to 3 hours that they were fighting this thing, you could walk from block to block and watch the fire with the wind sort of move as the firefighters started way down at the other end, about 4 blocks this way. That's where it was the hottest earlier this evening. Then at one point about 45 minutes ago, it was hottest right where we're at. So in the center, as I'm understanding, and you probably saw better with the live Sky 5 shot, it's probably the hottest in the center where they're letting some of that stuff burn because it's too dangerous to go inside. They've got this building, the Sherwin-Williams building, protected here, and on the other side there's a Ryerson plant that they were also hosing down nearby with security there as well to make sure that nothing was nipped on that side as well. So it's a good question as to whether or not anything will catch on or has caught on, but they seem to have it under control from this site right here.
Thank you so much, Mark. And again, we have lost something precious here in Chicago. We have a few historical notes to pass along about the 220,000 square foot building that is on fire tonight. It served as headquarters for George M. Pullman's rail car factory and was the visual centerpiece of the historic Pullman factory complex. With large arched windows and skylights, the building was crowned by the beautiful clock tower, which is now gone. The factory complex was used back in the late 1800s and early part of the 20th century, producing the ornate Pullman Palace passenger train cars. Look for continued coverage of tonight's massive blaze beginning on our news tomorrow morning at 5:30.